Welcome back. Today we dig a little bit deeper into the Gilead Crusade to see one of their main Imperial forces, the Gilead Gravediggers. We will take a look at who they are and talk about what has happened to the Gilead system after the Great Rift appeared. Now let's get to it. The Astra Militarum is the bulk of the Imperial military. Tithes of soldiers from planets across the Imperium replenish the surging might of the Imperial Guard across countless theatres of war. The Imperium's might is boundless, capable of inciting conflict almost anywhere in the galaxy at any time. During a crusade, the Imperium captured the Gilead system in M34, a system in Imperial space with numerous human-inhabited worlds. The Great Rift caused the Gilead system to become part of the Dark Imperium. The huge warp storm has also trapped the Absolvers chapter, the Gravediggers, the Sororitas, and many other Imperial forces within the system, and they are now struggling to keep it safe. However, Gilead's multiple dangers have massively damaged the Absolvers chapter, prompting them to intensify their recruitment efforts. The people of Gilead's heart worlds murmur about the Absolvers' justified fury, given the chapter's persistent and draconian approach to combating heresy. Despite their considerable success in destroying demons, the collateral damage has been devastating. The Imperial Guard is the largest fighting force in the galaxy. With massive cadres raised over numerous worlds, their sheer numbers are frequently sufficient to withstand assaults and conquer systems in the Emperor's name. If Gilead's regiments are to continue defending their homes with an ever-dwindling supply of troops and materials, this reliance must cease. The head of the Astra Militarum, Lord Governor Fylamon, had placed the Gilead system under military emergency rule, with her as the ruling monarch. Unsurprisingly, this caused a lot of friction with the other factions at the time, as well as with Varonius when he one-upped her claim to power. The Gilead Gravediggers are an amalgamation of all the Imperial Guard troops stationed in the Gilead system. The Gilead system consists of 6 major planets, each having a unique past. The Knights of House Acasta control enormous insects in the volcanic Death World of Nethereus, while the Adeptus Mechanicus runs the Forgeworld of Avachrus. Finally, they reach Ostia, an agri-world that supplies food and other essentials for the system's sustenance. Thus, the Ecclesiarchy governs Enoch's world as a holy shrine. A conventional hive world, Gilead Prime, is the primary planet in the Gilead system, home to billions upon billions of people who constantly strive to live inside the planet's enormous hives. Gilead's Militarum regiments form a mortal wall that prevents its foes from overrunning the system. Originally established on Enoch, Ostia and Charybdion, Lord Militant Fylamon has absorbed all regiments into the Gilead Gravediggers. This has significantly reduced the costs of uniform and armour manufacture at a vital moment for the Gilead system, but the few veterans who have survived 3 years of combat against the horrors of the Great Rift are outraged by the annihilation of their traditions as all their regiments were merged. Penal legions often lead to an increase in the number of gravediggers. Lord Militant Fylamon has complete control over both the Militarum and the law, and her regiment's intimate ties to the Ecclesiarchy provide her with an abundance of sinners, criminals, and overall hive scum from all walks of life to press into service in defence of the Gilead system. Many Gravedigger officers have publicly stated that the Adeptus Administratum would serve the Imperium as frontline troops rather than glorified bean counters, escalating tensions between the Militarum and those who supply their weaponry, especially now that the numbers are required. The Astra Militarum understands the value of training, devoting every hour away from the battlefield to instruction and drills. Without it, the Guard, regardless of regiment, would be nothing. Even the best soldiers must fight in groups to form an army. While everyone learns to use ranged weapons like laser guns and las cannons, only a select few receive training in medical, piloting and other abilities. All of this falls apart without competent commanders. Therefore, training in leadership and warfare is crucial as members advance through the ranks. The Imperial Guard had little political involvement in Gilead until Lord Militant Fylamon took over system governance. Its objectives now span the entire system's existence. The Militarum has an unlimited number of infantry and specialised divisions, as well as a massive armoured corps that significantly outnumbers any other force in Gilead. Fylamon understands that this cannot last much longer, as the Eternal Night prohibits external resupply, provided the Imperium is still capable of doing so. The storm also precludes any retreat, which fits nicely with the Gravediggers' battling attitude. Gilead's regiments have deep ties to the Ecclesiarchy, with priests always accompanying them onto the battlefield, particularly during chaos attacks. Enoch also generates numerous punitive legions, which are necessary to sustain general strength. Most regiments have fought with the Absolver's Space Marines and admire their strength, but they are always careful not to go between these Marines and their objectives. With the takeover of system command, political relationships have become potentially more vital than military ones, particularly with planetary governors. The Adeptus Mechanicus has traditionally supplied technological assistance of all kinds to regiments, but both view one another with mistrust and suspicion. The Hearthguard has possibly the best ties, and their collaboration with Skitori forces in the assault on Hive Plunon's unsanctified manufactorums remains the gold standard for such actions. Recently, rumours that Guard forces are neglecting appropriate Mechanicum rights to quickly refurbish and even cannibalise military materiel, particularly tanks, have caused friction between the organisations. The Administratum provides logistical support, such as ammunition, but when that fails, most regimental commanders have nothing but scorn and contempt for its members. Because of the increased number of orphans in the system, the Officio Prefectus has witnessed a record number of graduating cadets. This ensures that each regiment has a majority of commissaries. The Imperial Navy has taken many hits, either from enemies of mankind or warp storms, forcing regiments to frequently deal with rogue traders in transit through the void to their deployment zones. This necessitates maintaining positive relations with them, despite the pain they may experience. Without such help, the Militarum would be unable to combat its most formidable foes, the Xenos invaders and rebellious humans. In the Gilead system, can the Gravediggers hold the line? Can an Imperial force endure a long night without contact with the wider Imperium? Can the rogue traders provide the Imperial forces with the necessary assistance? These are some of the significant questions that remain. Will every Imperial Guardsman, fulfilling their duty with faith, be able to maintain the Empire for another day? We will find out next time. Have a wonderful day.